everyone, it's Catherine here. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm going to be sharing with you this layout I'm creating with this cut file. It's called In the Garden from Confessions of a Paper Addict, and I thought it paired really well with this gorgeous photo of my son Sebastian. We'd been in the park and created this daisy chain, and he said that we were on an epic flower adventure, so I think that will end up being my title. But I'm going to be using the gorgeous Daydream collection, and I've specifically picked out this paper called Daisy Days. I'll probably use it as a border, and so yeah, I'll put you on fast forward and take you through my process. So as I said in my intro, I'm using this cut file called In the Garden. This is reasonably old. I want to say it came out sometime last year, but I love it, and I just loved how it paired with this photo I have of Sebastian. And so I'm taking some Distress Oxide. This color is Bundled Sage, and I'm just painting it on because I wanted to paint the grass and the stems of the flowers in this green, and that green matches really well with the Daydream collection. And then I'm taking this yellow, this is fossilized amber, and I'm just coloring in the flowers here using this dauber brush. And yeah, it's looking really good. It's looking how I liked it. So I'm just going to color all of those in. And yeah, I this color, so this yellow, matches really well with the Daydream collection. Then I'm taking this top section of the cut file, and this is the sun and the clouds, and I'm just going to trace around the inner pieces and cut them out. I don't make you watch all of this. I will put you on fast forward, but I just tracing them around. I'll leave a small border around when I'm cutting them out. But I wanted to cut all of these out in this direction because I couldn't actually, if I had have just stuck the cut file on this A5 sheet of paper, it wouldn't have fitted. So cutting these pieces individually works well, and it doesn't take up as much of the sheet of paper. So I'm going to cut around those and then glue them down. As you can see, I'm just leaving a little edge around where my pencil marks are so that it creates a border. And I'm just putting those sun rays in the right spot as I'm cutting them out. And these scissors are the Cutter Bee scissors, and these are my favorite for cutting out any fussy cutting and that type of thing. So I'm just cutting those out. While I'm doing that, I should let you know that the links are below for the Confessions of the Paper Addict Facebook group, as well as a link to the Etsy store for this cut file. And this is my last video for the month of April, and May is going to be pretty big. So if you haven't been on the Facebook group, I would suggest you join and check out. There's going to be a range of lives and videos all ready for the International Scrapbook Day. So as you can see, getting back to the cut file, I'm just sticking that last bit of the cut file down. And I really liked, as you can see, that yellow matches really well with the fossilized amber that I sort of dabbed on before for the other parts of the cut file. And yeah, so I'm taking this Daisy Days paper, and I'm going to carefully trim out the inside portion so that I can still get that wreath. Although, yeah, I do flip through and just go, oh, should I use something else? Just checking out some of the different papers. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that out. So like I said, I do trim out the wreath because then I'm able to use, fussy cut the wreath and use it on another layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim around that. So yes, like I said, I think, if you aren't already, check out the Facebook group, Confessions of a Paper Addict, because you will see, there'll be free cut files, there'll be lots of games and lots of fun over there for this coming weekend. So get your photos ready, get your space sorted, get it cleaned and tidied. I know that's what I'm doing this week in preparation, cutting a whole bunch of cut files ready to go. And so I'm going to trim down the white sheet of cardstock as well. I think this is just a very, this is just American Crafts. It's a textured cardstock. I think it's the specific cutting cardstock. I can't think of the name right now, but yeah, look, it's not too bad. It took that media quite well because I was just dabbing on the Distress Oxides. It, you know, dried really quickly and didn't warp too much. And actually some of the warping created a little bit of dimension. So I was happy with that. So now I'm just going through and trying to check out, and I do fuss around a little bit here with how to back the clouds. I thought I might use some of the paper from the collection to do that, but in the end I don't think I show it on camera, but I do end up just choosing quite a textured kind of I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a textured, thinner vellum type paper with yeah, it turns out really well. So that's kind of the layout I'm trying to set up, as you can see laid out there. And I really like how that's sitting. I like the photo on a slight angle. I think, yeah, it just adds to that. As you can see, still going through, trying to work out what to back these clouds with. And I'm just flicking through the A5 paper stack and just seeing what else. It was taking me some time to really decide on what that was going to be. And yeah, I think I went to pull out another piece from my you know, stash and couldn't work out what to use. I think because it sits right on the edge as well, so it's not, you know, it's not going to, you know, you're not going to back it in a full piece. So while I'm still trying to decide there, I am going to go ahead and stick down the white cardstock to this border piece. And I do end up using some wet glue there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But first of all, yes, I'm going to rough up the edges. I really like having the edges roughed up using this distress tool. I think this is by close to my heart, but there's a whole range of you know, people that do make these tools. I know Tim Holtz has got one. And just going to clean that up a little bit. As you can see, sorry about the lights, you know, shining there, but yeah, that's the light that I use to record. It's quite dark in my room. I don't have a lot of natural light, so I do use quite a bit of lighting. So I'm going to stick that down, and then off camera, I will go ahead and stitch around the edge with my sewing machine. And yeah, I really like that look. I think that's one of the things that I do on almost every layout. And then I've just decided the white was a little bit too stark. So I'm going to go ahead and use some more Distress Oxides here. And this is in Speckled Egg. And I really love this color. And this color really matches well with that Daisy Days border piece. And I'm just going to add some splatters here as well, and I do go ahead and use the Jen Hatfield gold glitter as well and create some splatters in the background, but I don't think I show that on camera. But I'm going to go ahead while that's drying off and just back my photo, so put a couple of borders around my photo here. And I really like using the A5 stack from, you know, Cocoa Vanilla Studio do an A5 stack of paper, and I really, yeah, I really like getting the smaller sheets of these papers because I feel like I'm not wasting a whole 12 by 12 just backing a photo. Again, I'm going to distress the edges here. And I really liked how that wood grain kind of made the photo pop. It's already got a white border. And yeah, so I've kind of gone through off camera, picked up my title. Like I said in the introduction, it's called Epic Flower Adventure because that's what we're on. This photo was taken in lockdown here in Melbourne. And so we went on a lot of walks. And so this was, you know, one where we were checking out all the flowers in our neighborhood, and I've also gone and limited the amount of die cuts and bits and pieces that I have in those three different colors. So sort of the blue, the green, and the yellow. And I wanted to stick to that that color palette. So I've just pulled out those things. So I've got some butterflies and moths and flowers, and I'm just going ahead and creating a few different areas of interest with those flowers. I wouldn't exactly call them clusters, but I'm just creating a few of those, putting some leaves in, laying it all out as you can see, I'm taking this sticker book. So up the top there, it's got thankful, and I've just added the sticker there, these days. And then down there, I've got Oh Happy Day. So the title really is, or, you know, as a subtitle. So Epic Flower Adventure, Oh Happy Day. And I'm just going to add those blue flowers around the side of my photo. I just wanted it to kind of be a bit of a, I guess, an explosion of flowers here and there, because it was more of a scene, and I really love that about this cut file. So I am just fussy cutting around this die cut. There was a little bit too much of a white edge on it. So I like to do that sometimes. So I'm taking that off and just sitting it on the photo there. I don't use a lot in terms of dimension on this page. I keep everything relatively flat in terms of, you know, gluing things down, but because of the way I haven't glued all the edges of the cut file, so I have actually sort of you know, left it sit off the page so it creates its own dimension without adding too much foam tape behind. So off camera, I did go ahead and stick down all those pieces of ephemera, and now I've pulled out some sequins from the sequin mix. It came as part of this collection. It's got these cute yellow flowers, and so I'm just finishing off the layout there. So thanks for joining me. Bye.